I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you because it already happened. 3 meters, that's how close he was. 3 meters from 8 fully equipped U.S. Navy SEALs, wearing night vision, thermal imaging, motion sensors, standing inside what they believed was a secure perimeter. And not one of them saw him, not one heard him, not one sensed a thing. He stood there silently for 5 full minutes. Then he whispered 2 words that instantly rewrote everything they thought they knew. You're dead. Most people stop here, but what happened next changed modern jungle warfare forever. This happened in 1992, deep in the Philippines, at Fort Magsaysay, one of the most unforgiving jungle training environments on Earth. Humidity so thick it feels like breathing through cloth. Heat that drains you before you even move. Triple canopy jungle that blocks satellites, light, and sound. The U.S. Navy SEALs arrived confident. They were the instructors. The Filipinos were the students, or so everyone thought. Because this wasn't just a joint exercise, it was a collision between technology and terrain, between dominance and adaptation, and the jungle was about to choose sides. Lieutenant Commander Jack Morrison had 12 years as a SEAL, combat deployments, classified missions, advanced equipment that cost more than most houses. His team had everything modern warfare promised: GPS navigation, encrypted radios, thermal optics, night vision that turned darkness into daylight. They didn't fear the jungle. They expected to conquer it. What they didn't realize was that the jungle doesn't care how elite you are. The Filipino team arrived quietly. 8 operators from NAVSOG, the Naval Special Operations Group. Their gear looked older, their uniforms worn, their weapons basic. No satellite systems, no advanced optics, no visible tech advantage. Morrison remembers thinking this would be a teaching mission. But here's where it gets interesting. The Filipino commander, Lieutenant Armando Cruz, wasn't impressed. He wasn't intimidated. He was calm. And calm people in dangerous environments are usually the most dangerous ones. The mission was simple on paper. Infiltrate 25 kilometers of jungle, avoid detection, reach the target, extract. 72 hours allowed. The Americans planned to finish in 48. Both teams entered at dawn from different points. Within 30 minutes, the Filipino team vanished. Not metaphorically, literally. No radio traffic, no GPS signal, no movement. American command thought something had failed. Filipino command just smiled. You'll see them, they said, when they want you to. By nightfall, Morrison's team set up a textbook perimeter. 4 sleeping, 4 on watch, thermal scans rotating, night vision sweeping the jungle. Nothing moves through a SEAL perimeter. That's rule number 1. At 2:17 a.m., one sentry noticed something, a shadow. Before he could speak, warm breath on his neck, a whisper, "You're dead, all of you." The sentry spun around. Less than a meter away stood Cruz. No night vision, no thermal gear, no sound. He had watched them for 5 minutes, every angle, every position, every weakness. Then he disappeared again. The jungle swallowed him, and the Americans didn't sleep another minute that night. At sunrise, Morrison did something rare. He radioed command. "We need to stop pretending we're teaching. We need to learn." This wasn't humiliation. This was professionalism.
Because elite operators don't protect their ego, they protect their people. What the Americans didn't know yet, the Filipinos had already completed the mission. The Filipino team reached the target in under 20 hours. They built shelters, collected water, prepared food, invisible shelters, undetectable from 3 meters away. When the Americans arrived 42 hours later, they were exhausted. The Filipinos were resting. That's when Morrison asked the question that mattered. How? Cruz didn't boast. He didn't lecture. He said something simple. "This is our home. You fight the jungle," he said. "We become part of it." That single sentence became doctrine. The Americans forced their way through terrain. The Filipinos read it. They followed animal paths, natural breaks, soft ground, no snapped branches, no displaced leaves. Crews moved 50 meters, no sound. Morrison tried. Noise, blood, exhaustion. "Stop thinking like a soldier," Cruz said. "Think like the forest." GPS fails under triple canopy. Compasses lie when straight lines don't exist. The Filipinos read tree lean, moss growth, insect cycles, bird behavior. The jungle told them where they were. Technology follows rules. Nature doesn't. Modern camouflage breaks outlines. Natural camouflage removes identity. Mud on skin eliminates reflection. Vegetation adds depth. Stillness removes humanity. Cruz vanished in plain sight. 8 SEALs couldn't find him. 15 meters away, invisible. Americans purified water. Filipinos avoided contamination entirely. They knew which streams were safe, which plants filtered naturally, which animals signaled clean sources. This wasn't primitive, it was precision without technology. You can't carry enough food in the jungle, you must live off it. The Filipinos knew what nourished, what poisoned, what killed. Survival knowledge meant operational freedom, and freedom wins missions. One night, Morrison asked, "How do you train for this?" Cruz answered, "We don't train for the jungle, we train in it." That's the difference. Morrison's report shook command. Filipino jungle doctrine was incorporated, training programs rewritten, Filipino instructors invited to U.S. bases. The students had become the teachers. This wasn't about nationality, it was about adaptation. The most powerful military in history learned humility, and humility made them better. Today, Fort Magsaysay is world-class. American, British, Australian forces train there. The lessons haven't changed because nature hasn't changed. Technology amplifies skill, it doesn't replace it. The jungle exposes weakness and rewards understanding. Morrison retired in 2004. He called those 2 weeks the most important of his career, not because they were hardest, but because they changed how he saw war. Cruz became an instructor. His students now teach Americans. The cycle continues. The quietest warrior survives. The most invisible wins. The one who belongs endures. Movies won't tell you this. Pride hides these stories, but professionals remember them. And somewhere in that jungle right now, someone is watching, unseen, unheard. In the next video, I'll show you another moment where modern power failed and ancient knowledge won. Subscribe, because the stories they don't tell are the ones that matter most.